Introducing the king of content, Dontell Antonio. Born in the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, Dontell originally honed his talents in art videography at the Art Institute of Atlanta. He got his start in the music industry working with popular mainstream and independent artists. Eventually, he dedicated himself to helping entrepreneurs create content that connects with their audiences and boosts their sales. His impactful work has been featured in Forbes, Huffington Post, and Yahoo Finance. He is here today to teach you how to create captivating content that will supercharge your sales. And we know he has lots of exciting new ideas to share with you all. So let's welcome the king of content, Dontell Antonio.
This is my song right
or if
here.
I can get like an in-ear, so someone can tell me, hey, 10 more
Problems,
seconds.
won't no problems.
Yeah.
They don't want no problems.
Yeah, because I'm like, am I 5 minutes? Am I 4 minutes?
Woo, I'm so
Okay.
excited. I'm super, super excited, right? When it comes to content, it means the world to me. When it comes to connecting, having our message reach, it means the world to me. And today what I want to do is I want to show you how to use content as your vehicle to reach the world. See, a lot of times when it comes to content, we get scared. We get scared. We don't want to be in front of that camera, so we run away from it. We like, I don't want to shoot no video. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. But if we thinking like that, guess what happens? Our message never connects. It never reaches nobody. And then our business never grows. See, if you ain't putting out content, you stopping your growth. So today you're going to learn how to put out impactful content so you can grow and scale and take your business to the next level. Y'all ready? Say I'm ready if you're ready. I'm ready too. So let's get started. I'm going to teach you guys 3 different steps, right? And these 3 different steps is what I use for all of my mentees, for all of my clients to help them scale. See, a lot of times you think that it's just posting. No, it ain't just posting. See, if everybody could just post and be successful, then everybody will be successful. Everybody ain't successful. That means you got to learn how to create content that connects. And when I say connects, I mean it touches their heart. See, a lot of times we don't realize that you got to touch people's subconscious mind. It got to be an emotional connection and not just a logical connection. Have you ever sold something to somebody and they be like, I got to think about it? The reason why they got to think about it is because you didn't connect them emotionally. You just connected them logically, so they got to think about it. So we're going to get over that, right? And so literally these 3 steps, I'm going to go into depth with you. Don't worry, you're going to understand extremely clear. But before I get started, is it okay if I share my story with you? Say yes. All right. So I'm a kid from Chicago. My daddy got killed when I was 1. My mother was on drugs, and I was in and out of the foster care. So many people served me. That's why I'm here serving today. So many people poured into me. That's why I'm pouring into people today. See, a lot of times we forget about the people who helped us to get here today. But if you remember those people, guess what? Your mission become bigger. And so literally, I remember one day, I was 13 years old, and I walked in my mama's room, right? I seen my mother, she was stuck. She literally had her crack pipe, and she brought it up to her mouth, and she lit it. And she was frozen. At that moment, I was confused because I didn't know what was going on. She looked at me, and she got mad at me. When she got mad at me, she kicked me out of her house. Still to this day, I have not lived with my mother since I was 13. And literally what happened was my brother was like, bro, you going down the wrong path. You got to get it together. And so he said, you should go to church. I said, what? I don't want to go to church. Right? And so then I ended up going to church. And when I went to church, I met this guy named Edwin Rogers. He taught me this thing called Tools to Empowerment. And literally he started motivating the entrepreneur in me. I didn't realize it. And then literally that mission, I'm still doing it today, creating content. I started as graphics. Then I went to photos. Then I went to films. Now I'm doing commercials and content for businesses all over the world. But it all started with that moment of me seeing my mother in that room. It all started with that man, Edwin Rogers, pouring into me. And what I did was I poured serving and content and brought it together today. Are y'all ready to understand how to create impactful content? Say I'm ready. All right. Number 1 step. It's okay. If they don't like how you sound, it's okay. When I get on the phone, sometimes they say, yes, ma'am. And I'll be like, what you mean? I got to deepen my voice up. But then I realize is I got a unique voice. There's nobody on earth who sounds like me. So I had to start embracing how I sound. If I don't like how I look, guess what? I get in the gym. So if you don't like how you look, get in the gym. Don't let nobody else stop you from being you. And so you let all of these opinions come in, and when they come in, guess what? You go in circles. You go in circles. You can't grow your business. So we're going to get over that. And once we get over that and all of these phobias of overthinking or caring that somebody going to judge you, we're going to start thinking about who we serving. And once we start thinking about who we serving, that's more important. Because if I could pour into these kids in here, guess what? Then I win. If I could pour into these people that got stories that they scared to share, then I win. See, it ain't about me. It's about the people I impact. It's about the people I serve. It's about me letting their voice be heard. And that's why content is so big, because you can put all of this energy into one piece of content. And that one piece of content can go forever. Think about some of y'all favorite artists that's not here no more. Y'all still listen to their music. Y'all still watch their videos. So that means content is important, and it's going to be here once we gone. So if you ain't creating content right now, you messing up. And so the main reasons people don't create content is because they just overthinking and they care about the world. Stop that. Start thinking about serving. And once you think about serving, you start embracing yourself and you start sharing your story. See, y'all see how I started. I started by telling my story. I told you about who I am and how I'm here today. You got that same power to connect and resonate. Share your story. We all been through something. And since we all been through something, that means we strong, y'all. That means we here today. We overcame a lot of obstacles. If you proud because you here today, say I'm proud. Y'all got to embrace that, because it's some people who didn't make it here today. It's some people that can't be in this room or be online watching this. And y'all can. So y'all adopt it. Y'all appreciate it. Share your story. But once you understand your story, you got to start understanding your messaging. Who you talking to? What's the problems that person is having? I know a lot of times y'all hear avatar. Who your avatar? I don't think about avatars because I think about blue aliens and all of that. So I call them my perfect client. So I talk about who is my perfect client and the problems that they having. So what is that you created that business for? You created that business to fix a problem. So inside of your content, what you want to do is make sure you state that. Make sure you talk about that. Because if you don't, guess what? Your messaging will never reach. Your content will never reach. A lot of times people look at content and they judge it for likes and views. How many likes do I got? If I got a lot of likes, then this content is good. That's not true. Because likes and views kill your self-esteem. And what that means is if it don't got a lot of likes, you're going to archive it. And if you archive it, that means the person that's meant to get that message never get it. Because you're too busy thinking about you and not serving. So understand the message. And what I want y'all to do is create a list of 100 problems that your perfect client has. That's 100 things that your service fix. Every one of y'all businesses got it. And if you say, hey, Dontell, I can't do this, what that means is you only focus on the top 10. That's what everybody else is focused on. And you will not stand out. I want you to start at 21 to 100. And that means you going deeper. The deeper you get, the more you connect. Because once you start talking about it, they're going to be like, oh, you understand me. You talking just to me. And once you do that, guess what happens? You win the sale. You win the person. You serve the person. And once you serve them, guess what? It's a thing called reciprocity. That means whatever you put out there, it comes back. But if you ain't putting out value, guess what, y'all? It ain't going to come back. And some of y'all like, man, I didn't know content was this deep. It is. It is. Because it starts with you. If you're not 100% confident in you, the world ain't going to be 100% confident in you. So you got the power to determine that right now. And so when you find your perfect client, what I want you to do is think about where they hang out at. Is it online? Is it offline? And wherever they hang out, you infiltrate and dominate. That means you show up to where they at instead of waiting for them to come to you. See, what I like to do is I like to think about where my audience hanging out at. And then I take my time and I go market it over there. See, I start putting marketing and promotion into it. And guess what? They start raising their hand. Oh, but the reason why they raising their hand is because of the value that I'm giving them. I'm not selling them, I'm serving them. It's a big difference. I'm not telling them, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. It's 99% off. I'm not saying that. I'm fixing a problem and a belief that they have. And inside of this content, once you do that, guess what? You start resonating. And once you start resonating, you start taking it to the next level because they start to understand that you understand them. See, right now, your content, you might be like, yo, it's a trend going on, so let me dance a little bit. That ain't connected with nobody. Y'all see y'all getting views and likes from that, but guess what? It ain't converting. See, you want it to convert into sales, but the only way you can do that is to connect here. You can't do that like that. I ain't saying you got to be serious all the time, but you got to connect the message to the purpose, right? And literally relating to them, make them feel like, oh, you understand me better than everybody in your lane. It's not one business that don't got a competition. Every business got competition. So you must stand out. You must resonate. Can I do this with y'all? Say this with me. I will not stop me, and they cannot stop me. That means nobody gonna stop you, not even you. So you're gonna always show up, and when you show up, your perfect client gonna love you even more, right? And so literally, when we creating the content, we got a framework. See, don't go tell nobody about my framework. I'm about to give it to y'all because y'all special, right? And literally, this framework is what we use. We post video content on social media. It don't matter if it's YouTube. It don't matter if it's Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. The first thing you want to always do is state the problem. See, that problem is the belief that they have. Once you understand that belief, it's like, hey, Dontell, I don't know how to be consistent with my content. That's the problem. And so what I would say, guess what? You do know how to be consistent with the content. You just not putting in the time. And so guess what I did? I broke the belief of not being consistent. The belief is them. They're not putting in the work. They're not sacrificing. They don't understand. And then what I love to do is an actionable step. I like to say, what I want you to do is right now is pick one day this month and shoot 30 pieces of content in one day. Take 3 hours and do it. Instead, a lot of people like to shoot content the same day, every day, and then they burn out. But if you take one day and you shoot all the content for the month, you got it. But when we do this, we're not telling them to buy my product. We just serving them. So if you keep serving them and giving them value, guess what? Your content gets shared, it gets saved, and guess what? That's free promo. You didn't have to pay for that marketing. But think about the video content and make sure that you serve. I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Don't do that. Serve them, teach them, get them some of that. What you teach and what you sell them, go deeper. Because if you do that, you will stand out. Because most of the time when people first find you, they find you on social media. And so if they find you on social media and all of your content give out value, guess what? They're going to fall in love with you. But then some of y'all like, Dontell, how do I make my money though? We only sell in the captions and the stories, never in the video. And what I mean is in the caption, we restate the problem. And then from restating the problem is, hey, I can't stay consistent with my content. Then we agitate the problem, right? If you don't put out content, guess what's going to happen? Your business ain't going to grow. You ain't going to create generational wealth. You're going to be stuck where you at. And see how I painted that picture for them? See, if you paint that picture, they're going to be like, what I got to do next? And then they're going to go in and you're going to get them the solution. Book a call with me now. I like to say, DM me this word. And the reason why I like to say DM me this word is because I can see their page instantly. So I can go to their Instagram page if they don't book a call or if they don't go get the product or whatever it is, I can see it. But if we say, hey, go to the link in my bio, we'll never be able to collect the data and know who came and who did not come. You get me? So let's go. This is how y'all gonna start creating content. Every video should be like that. And for the people who can't stay consistent, I like to use these two softwares, Social Pilot and Buffer. And so what I like to do is I shoot all my content in one day and I upload it to one of these sites so it can automatic post. And guess what, y'all? I'm free for the whole month now. I got time to move around, invest, and do all types of things because all my content is done. So make sure y'all write down Social Pilot or Buffer. I like them both. You can schedule all your posts without a problem, right? And step 3, are y'all ready to learn how to make money from content? Say I'm ready. I like that. That was way better, right? So this is my content growth system. Once again, once I give you this, don't share it with nobody. Just use it, apply it on you so you can grow and scale, right? Literally, I make sure my DMs is automated, right? I use a thing called ManyChat. So literally, if you go to my Instagram right now, I want everybody to go to my Instagram. It's Dontell Antonio, and I want you to DM me the word impact right now while we talking. And literally, you're gonna see that you get a message instantly. See, what I love to do is when I put out a video, I always tell them, hey, DM me this word. And when they DM me this word, it goes to whatever I'm giving them. I don't have to overthink it. I don't have to manually check my DMs. It's automated. How many of y'all already got the automation? Right? Literally. And another thing is I'm going to follow every single one of y'all back if y'all follow me. All right? So having ManyChat set up on your DMs, it makes it super, super easy because you don't got to check every DM. You give them a keyword like impact is this word. Whatever you sell them BTC, you can get them BTC. And if they type BTC, then it go get them the free lead magnet or whatever, and it start collecting the data. So you want to make sure that you do that and you use that as your CTA, right? And so another thing we love to do is create a digital product. How many of y'all in here got a digital product? Raise your hand. Right? Oh, whoa. Y'all leaving a lot of money on the table. Y'all leaving a lot of money on the table. I know some of y'all like, Dontell, I sell a product. Well, you still can make a digital version, which it can give somebody some information, so something, right? Because with a digital product, what we do is we have a thing called daily sales, weekly sales, and monthly sales. That means with our digital product, we make it a small amount like $7, $17, $27, because people are more likely to buy it because it's a small risk. And when it's a small risk, that means they'll take it, right? It's better than trying to like, oh, buy my thing at $200. They don't know you yet. You did not build know, like, and trust. And if you haven't built know, like, and trust, this is where you start. And what I love to do is do like a mini course or an ebook or something small like that. And I literally connect that to that word, like how I had that word impact. So it'll connect to my DMs. And when it connect to my DMs, they'll get a checkout for $27. Right? And then they be like, wow. And then for me, it'd be like 100 people a day that take it. Guess how much money I made and I ain't had to do nothing. That's $2,700 on a digital product every day. So if you don't got a digital product, you cheating yourself. And then the best thing is about that digital product, let's say you spending $100 to run ads. Well, your ads is free because you just got paid $2,500. So that means you profit $2,400. You didn't have to pay for that. See, so if you don't got a digital product, you need to create one right now. Don't overlook this. And if you like, Dontell, how do I do that? You can go to like Fiverr. You can go to a place called Loom. That's LOOM.com and start recording videos and put it in a product on like Kajabi or something like that and literally start giving it to the world, because on social media, you want to have digital something. You want to have digital real estate, right? And another thing we love to do is a thing called monthly trainings. Well, that's like a free webinar or a challenge where we can show them the value first. And so what I love to do is I love to do a webinar every weekend. So every Sunday I'll do a webinar for 1 hour and I give so much value. And guess what happens? I start breaking the belief system that they have. And now they like, what's next? What's next, Dontell? How can I get more of this? And literally that takes our sales through the roof. That's our weekly sales. And then we love to do a thing called challenges. A challenge is where you sign up and for 3 days we teach you online. And while we teaching you online, what happens? We give you an offer at the end. And once we get you an offer at the end, you're like, oh, I got to continue to get this information. So no matter what business you got, you should be doing either a webinar every month or you should be doing a challenge. You should be doing something so people get to know about your product, your service, your business. If not, you cheating yourself. If not, you taking away from yourself. And do not be scared to do it. If you want to learn how to do that, just DM me and say, hey, Dontell, how do I set up a challenge or a webinar? And I'll give you some stuff, because you got to do this, y'all. If you ain't serving, how do the people know you? If you ain't showing up in the content, how do the people know you? They don't. And that's why your sales ain't doing what they supposed to do, because you're not putting in all the work. And don't mind me, I started just like that as well. I wasn't showing up every day, and then I started showing up every day. And now I'm here. And I just want to say I'm beyond grateful for being here today. I'm so grateful for y'all having me here today. It means the world to me. So I want to say thank you, first of all. for having me here in the Caribbean. Everybody been treating me amazing. I want to shout out BTC. I want to shout out Miss Carol. I want to shout out all y'all for showing up and getting this information, because it's necessary for you to grow. And if you ain't growing, then you dying, because it's up to you to pour into you. And so I wanted to do something special. Take out your phones and scan this. I have a free 3-day training next week on Wednesday online, so you don't got to worry about coming to America, coming to Atlanta with me or nothing like that. You can watch it online. And literally, I'm going to teach you how to create it on a whole nother level, right? And so if you don't got out your phone, you're cheating yourself, right? Normally, we charge for all of that, but I wanted to do something special for y'all. I wanted to show y'all how to create impactful content on a whole nother level. And before I leave, I just want to say I'm proud of every single one of y'all, because it takes a lot to be an entrepreneur. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of risk. It takes a lot of belief, and all y'all got that. That's why y'all here today. So I just want to let y'all know I'm proud of y'all. Keep investing in yourself. Don't be scared to go and get the information, because you need the information so you can change the generations. And if you ain't vocal, you're going to stay local. All right? So I am Dontell Antonio, and I want to thank all y'all for having me. Thank you so much.